Guilty by association.
Diddy's ex-girlfriends must seriously regret dating him now. Anyone who was smart enough to turn down his advances probably feels 100% sure that they made the right decision. That includes Janet Jackson, who reportedly rejected him in the past. Listen closely, because the story about how Janet came super close to making a huge mistake is one that you will never forget. Celebrities don't want their names anywhere near Diddy's in the media these days and are doing whatever they can to distance themselves from him. Luckily for Janet, people don't often put her and Diddy together because they've not been seen with each other in public much. But what's going on between them behind closed doors? They've both been in the entertainment industry for a super long time, and their professional relationship goes back a long way. You might not remember that Diddy also performed at the 2004 Super Bowl halftime show, where Janet and Justin Timberlake had the infamous wardrobe malfunction. When the scandal of that performance happened, the media focused on nothing else, so Diddy got very little coverage. And apparently he still holds a grudge about it. The source reported that when he was on an episode of Watch What Happens Live in 2018, Diddy told Andy Cohen that he was disappointed by what happened with Janet, and trusts Diddy to make that traumatic event for Janet all about himself. Instead of saying how bad he felt for her or how unfair it was that her career suffered so much after that, he just whined about how everyone forgot about his performance.
I put like 6 months of my life into the preparations, and then
anybody talked about was Janet.
Nobody even knew I performed.
Right.
Andy later asked Diddy if he'd kept in touch with Janet, but he revealed that he never got her number. But I guess that must have changed at some point, because it looks like they've gotten closer in recent years. Allegedly, Diddy eventually got a hold of Janet's number and started calling her up and inviting her to his home in the Hamptons. But apparently, Janet rejected the invitations over and over again. Why? Unfortunately, she's never given a reason, but is there a chance that she knew something about Diddy that she just didn't want to get mixed up in? It's the big question that everyone is asking these days. Which celebrities knew about the controversial allegations that Diddy has been accused of, and how involved were they? A report by US Weekly revealed that a lot of the famous people who were known to have gone to Diddy's notorious white parties back in the day have claimed that they've always left early before the scandalous acts that were listed in the indictment against Diddy happened. Obviously, we don't know who is lying about that, though. People just don't want to risk getting sucked into the Diddy media storm, including Janet. Sure, she might have said no to Diddy's invitations before, but in the last couple of years, he reportedly weaseled his way into her life. A video was released of them both backstage at the Billboard Music Awards looking pretty intimate together. Diddy went up to Janet, took her hand in his, and basically started love-bombing her with compliments of admiration. At one point, he told her that he'd always loved her, and he finished up the flattery by kissing her hand. Then came something that Janet probably regrets doing now. Page 6 reported that she attended his 54th birthday in London, just weeks before his ex Cassie brought the mind-blowing lawsuit against him that started his fall from grace. Janet had a picture taken of herself and Naomi Campbell looking cozy with the man of the hour, and the two women later shared the photo on their social media. It's not surprising that as soon as the story of Cassie's lawsuit hit the news, they both removed the pictures of the party from their accounts. However, according to the Daily Beast, Cassie wasn't the first person to accuse Diddy of being a dangerous person. Other women had already spoken out about him in the past, but no one believed them. Or Diddy was so powerful that he was just able to put an end to those stories. But I have to say that being in that picture with him and Naomi looks especially bad for Janet. I mean, obviously, any picture with Diddy will make anyone look bad these days, but at the start of 2024, Naomi's reputation wasn't exactly clean either. An article by Arab News revealed that she'd been listed as one of the many names that Jeffrey Epstein's victims had talked about in their depositions. In 2019, she talked about her connection to him in an interview. She admitted that she knew him. She was introduced to him on her 31st birthday by her ex-boyfriend. She said, "What he's done is indefensible, and when I had heard what he had done, it sickened me to my stomach just like everybody else." Naomi went on to confess that she'd met her fair share of dangerous men, and she was grateful that she had people around her that protected her from them. She added that she stood with the victims, but she claimed that she didn't find it fair that all of the hundreds of thousands of people that she'd stood next to take a picture at a public event, they were focusing on her time with him. What Naomi said in her interview didn't sit well with one of Jeffrey's victims, per the Daily Mail. Virginia Roberts, a woman who reportedly fell victim to both Jeffrey and Prince Andrew, alleged that Naomi wasn't blameless. She uploaded a picture on Twitter of herself next to the supermodel at the 31st birthday party Naomi talked about in her interview, which was in St. Tropez. In the caption, Virginia threw some seriously major shade at her when she called her out for not doing anything to help her when she was just a teenage girl. She wrote, "You saw me at your parties, you saw me in Epstein's homes, you saw me on the plane, you saw me get my hair cut, you saw me on the streets." She finished by alleging that Naomi had even watched her being harmed, though she did not get into the specifics of that. Obviously, Obviously, Naomi denied any shady connection to Jeffrey, and when her name surfaced at the start of the year, she laid low for a while until the story passed. Like Naomi, Janet was also once shamed by the public for being close to someone who was accused of unspeakable crimes. Her older brother, Michael, faced years of speculation that he was inappropriate with children and was hit with multiple lawsuits by the parents. A Business Insider report looked at what Janet said about her late brother in her self-titled Lifetime and A&E docuseries. She talked about the effect the allegations against Michael had on her own life and career. When the accusations first began to be taken seriously in 1993, she revealed that she ended up losing out on an endorsement deal with Coca-Cola because of her connection to the King of Pop. But Janet always defended her brother, and even after his passing, she still claims that he was innocent. When the interviewer in the docuseries asked her how she felt when her brother was accused of CA, she stood up for him. She claimed, "My brother would never do something like that, but I'm still guilty by association." Michael often settled with the parents of the children he'd been accused by and reportedly paid them enormous amounts of money. Janet alleged that he did it just to make the speculation go away, but it wasn't an admission of guilt. She also revealed that she often stayed at his Neverland Ranch to show her support when he was facing serious legal trouble. She explained that she wanted to be there for him. In a more recent lawsuit against Diddy, he received new accusations of by 120 people. 25 of them were reportedly minors at the time of the incidents, per E! News. People have been questioning how much Janet knew about Diddy and his rumored behavior. The story of her turning down his invites to go to his house in the Hamptons worked in her favor. But that photo of her and Naomi at his birthday party just weeks before the Cassie lawsuit definitely doesn't help to keep her image totally clean. Let's see what new surprises come out as the Diddy case goes on. Hopefully, we'll find out who really knew about Diddy's darker side and just kept quiet. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Is there a chance that Diddy and Janet have a closer relationship than they've revealed to the public? Or did Janet always know that there was something shady about Diddy? Let me know in the comments below.